Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. The Jaguars won.
That was crazy.
Let's go.
Ball.
Oh, okay. Welcome back to the Jags Japan post-game show. The Jacksonville Jaguars just defeated the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football in prime time. Yes, that's right. We started out slow. The start was a little concerning. Came back, 21 unanswered points, and then the Chiefs took over, and then it looked like that the Chiefs were going to do the Chief thing, and in the fourth quarter, make the plays, win the game, put it out of the Jaguars' reach, but they left too much time. They left too much time for Trevor freaking Lawrence. And in one of the most defining moments of his career, maybe not as big as the playoff win where he threw 4 touchdowns after with 4 picks against the Chargers, but in just a whole different aspect, down a minute 30, leads the team, gets the win, falls down. We're both get up, and still gets the touchdown. And the Jaguars broke the curse of primetime, broke the curse against the Chiefs, lost to them the last 9 times, or last time since 2009, and beat the Chiefs, outclutched the Chiefs in prime time, and start 4-1 for the first time since 1999. Whoa. So, cheers to that. Jags win. What a game. What a game.
What are the last few games altogether?
This game was different. This game wasn't like the last few games where the Jags kind of had the lead. We're controlling the game the whole time.
People were out. Mahomes was in.
Yeah. We had some injuries on our side. Strange was out for most of the game. He's a big player on our side. But the Jaguars found a way to win in a new way. And that's something that is really cool to see because the last other 3 wins were all Jaguars leading by a lot and the defense making turnovers, to the point where it was getting ridiculous. But this is a game where it looked like early on the Chiefs get that 14-0, lead, and this is kind of giving me flashbacks of Buffalo last year. Primetime Monday Night Football in Buffalo, and the Jaguars lost. I think some 34-10, maybe. I don't know. I think that was a hard game to watch last year, but it was giving me flashbacks to that. It's oh no, it's just gonna spiral. It's gonna spiral. But I had some positivity. I was thinking okay, that was last year. That was the Doug Peterson era. This is a new team. They've proved us wrong every single way, every single time. Let's see if they can prove us wrong again. They score a touchdown on that next drive. Defense gets a stop, and then they come out of halftime and have one of the most just insane halves of football I think we've ever seen. Good way to start the month of October with a Jags win. This was such a big game for the Jaguars, and I think this game was going to tell me a lot about this team moving forward. I think I said this in my preview. If the Jaguars win this game, this changes my entire outlook on this season. Go ahead.
You had them winning the game.
I had them winning the game, yes, because I don't know, there's just a different team. I thought they would, but there's still that little bit of doubt. It's it's the Chiefs. It's prime
decades
time,
of
right?
fails.
Yeah, decades of failure. The Chiefs, the last decade of just greatness. Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, they're gonna get it done, and it looked like they were going to. But if the Jaguars were to pull this off, no longer is this for me a real rebuilding year. No longer is this let's wait and see how they do. No, Jaguars are 4-1. 4-1. Now the Colts are 4-1 as well, so we still got to battle it out, and they have an easy schedule. But the Jaguars just beat the Chiefs in primetime. They could win any game on the schedule. They can go 16-1. We'll see.
We'll see.
How did we lose to the Bengals?
It was a warm-up.
Yeah. We had to learn. I remember I said against the Bengals, too, when we lost against the Bengals, the Jaguars can learn from this, then this is okay. If the Jaguars do this again and keep screwing up games, then this is not okay. But in San Francisco, it looked like they were about to do the same thing. It's like they're controlling the whole game, and then all of a sudden they snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. Well, 2 games in a row, the Texans and the Niners, they snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat. They took it from them, just like Liam Cohen said in his post-game speech. They took it from them both times. This was a totally different game, totally different feel. We can go through, first quarter, offense off to a rough start, not looking good. Defense was really keying in on running. They were stopping the run, and they did. Looking at the stats, I think Trevor led the team in rushing. Yeah, 54 yards on the ground for Trevor Lawrence. ETN had 49. Bashal Tootin 6. So they had a total of 109 yards on the ground. I don't know if that's their season low, but it was obvious that Kansas City Chiefs, they were trying to stop the run. Mm-hmm. And they kind of were daring, hey, Trevor, you have to beat us. You have to win that game. And I remember writing it down. I was like, looks like Kansas City is doing kind of what the Texans did. Texans basically said, we're going to stop the run. We're going to see if Trevor Lawrence can win the game. Mm-hmm. And as we saw, Trevor Lawrence won the game. But we'll get into that soon. So it was a rough start. Obviously, the Chiefs on that first touchdown drive, that offensive pass interference, that I'm glad that they explained it, because it was looking like, why are they doing that? Why are they, it looked like it was like, oh, here they go, the Chiefs, like, oh, here they go again. The refs are giving them the game.
Yeah, we need some new refs or something. There was multiple penalties.
Multiple penalties, yeah. In the fourth quarter, the pick on Trevor, like, that was offensive pass interference. The guy literally tackled Parker Washington to the ground. Everyone knew it. Trevor was pointing, like, the guys on the ground, like, it's an offensive pass interference. And the guys in the booth even said it as well. Both times, they both said that's offensive pass interference that shouldn't have been called. But hey, Jags have to overcome those things.
And they still won with all those penalties and all those things. So that just shows.
Huge. A lot of big 3rd and longs, remember?
Yeah.
And I even said at one point, I was like, you know what? I feel better with the offense at 3rd and long than I do at 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1. And they made some really good plays on that. But yeah, defense got screwed early on those calls, and then obviously the fumble at the 1 yard line. It was like, we've seen Trevor do that so many times, the kind of jump over, and you just knew they were looking for it, and it was just so unfortunate. It looked like it could have been a touchdown from the replay, but they ruled it. They ruled it not. And I wrote down at the time, I said, you don't deserve to win if you can't get a yard.
I feel like it's something we can predict, because we kind of said the same thing before it happened. Like, oh, he's probably going to so maybe that's something they need to work on. Like, oh, if it's predictable, then they're probably going to see that, So trying something different.
Yeah, there was a lot of times where it felt like it was like, oh, they're, it looks like it's going to be ETN run up the middle, and then it'll be ETN run up the middle, and they get like no gain.
Because people are starting to read them, and so.
Yeah, and they're keying on stopping the run, and at that point, that's like Trevor Lawrence's iconic play, is the reach across the goal line. And so Nick Bolton, the linebacker for the Chiefs, knew that was coming, and definitely put a great play by the Chiefs. Obviously, that's kind of what they do. They play really clutch, really stout defense, and at that moment I was like, oh no. And then I was like, okay, well, it's only at the 1, and then here comes the Chiefs, 99 yards to the touchdowns, 14-0, and it was just looking easy for the Chiefs, and Mahomes is running through, he's doing the little touchdown celebration he does, and it's like, oh, dang, primetime Mahomes, like, we'll see. Hey, and then I remember writing down, I was like, okay, this is the moment, defining moment for the season. What is Liam Cohen's response here? What is the response for the Jaguars? They responded every single time from it, but it's usually been the defense that's responded, not really the offense. The offense hasn't really had to carry. This time, it looks like the offense really needed to. And immediately march down the field and get a touchdown before half. And then the defense gets a huge stop. Okay, 14-7 at halftime. And it's like, okay, all right, Jags are putting up a good fight here on primetime. We'll see what happens, but at least we know it's going to be a good game. And a good game it was, because that's when we get into the third quarter. And I remember writing down, the defense makes a play on the opening drive to stop them, and then the offense, responds immediately with a touchdown. and playmakers making plays. Travis Hunter on that one play was incredible. Finally, we kind of got that. We got two really big highlight Travis Hunter plays and some really good plays on defense too. We had the one kind of like 10-yard, just a really quick out route, and he makes both KC defenders miss for the first down. That was crazy. And then obviously the big play that really set the Jaguars up to score on that drive. You know, playmakers making plays, and then Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd. This is his year.
Pay that man. Pay that man. You know, Jaguars get to the 14-14, and then KC is doing what they do, drive all the way down, and we're literally saying, defense got to make a play. And out of nowhere, 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. Insane. We both lost our voice on that play. That's fine. You know, we're a little low, and obviously a lot of running on adrenaline here at 11:30 p.m. at night, right after the game. What was going through your mind when that play happened?
I actually wasn't paying attention that much. I was like playing on my phone, and I just look up and I see him like have the ball, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like it didn't register for a second, and I was like, and then you started screaming, and I was like, wait a second. And then he just kept going. I thought for sure he was gonna at least stop.
Yeah.
But he just kept going, and I was just like, ah!
I know that was incredible. Huge play by a playmaker. It's just his year. It's just his year. But you know, that was a huge play, and in that moment I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna beat the Chiefs. But then a lot more stuff had to happen, which gets us into the fourth quarter. You know,
fourth quarter makes or breaks the game.
Really, really does. And the Jaguars have, you know, won a lot of fourth quarters. The only one that they lost was the Bengals, and you could argue that they got screwed on another big blown call in that game, that pass interference. They came out and said that was not a pass interference, and so the Jaguars should have won that Bengals game as well. But hey, you know, we're the Jags. I'm happy with 3-1. I think we're all happy with 3-1 or a 4-1. 4-1. Sorry, it doesn't even register in my mind. Literally, we were born in 1999. We've never seen the Jaguars this good at 4-1. So it's just it's kind of crazy to me. It's like not even I can't even wrap my mind around it that the Jaguars are 4-1 in a year that we were all like, yeah, we'll see. You know, no big expectations. I just hope it's like competitive. It's like, oh, it's competitive. Oh, how about 4 wins in the first, until the first week of October. But anyway, so fourth quarter starts. All right. You know, it's 21-14, and then it feels like the Jags jack it up. The ref screwed us, like I said, on that offensive pass interference. But you know, it's the Chiefs. They get those calls, unfortunately, and it's like this is the worst case scenario. Just give them the you know, the game. They tie it up on that interception, which wasn't, you know, I'm not going to count that Trevor's fault, because that was obviously pass interference. Parker Washington was supposed to have the room to get down, sit in that zone. You know, who knows what really happened on the play if they don't, but either way, it's pass interference. They should have called it. That's the second one they blew too. You know, worst time in the game to give the Chiefs life. So another huge missed call, but 21-21, Jaguars get the ball back and have a huge drive to make a field goal. And I'm thinking 24-21, that's great. And in my mind, I thought the defense is going to win us the game here. The 24-21, the defense has kind of stepped up all year. They're going to make the play to win the game here. And the Chiefs just started driving down the field easy. I think Mahomes was like, 5 of 5 on the drive, some runs. And I was thinking to myself, like, just please don't be a walk-off touchdown. Please don't be a walk-off touchdown here. Don't do a touchdown with like 20 seconds to go and it's like there's no time left. And I was even saying, like, let him score. I think maybe that did happen, but at one point I think it was like, you know, it's a 2-minute warning had just happened. It's 1:45, and I'm just saying, just let him score and just put it on Trevor. You know, live and die by Trevor on his birthday. Let's just see what happens. Anyway, they do score. It's 20. Oh, sorry. What was the score?
27.
It was 28-24. So we're down by 4. And you know, in my opinion, obviously that playoff game is the defining moment of Trevor Lawrence's career so far. But I think this for what it means to like, we just haven't seen it this year of like, oh, Trevor's the guy.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen him play okay, you know,
Yeah, he's
enough
good.
to win,
Yeah, he's good.
but nothing crazy. Nothing like we're seeing Baker Mayfield for the Bucks. Like every single game, he has the ball last, he's scoring the touchdown. Mahomes is always like that. He's got the ball last, he's scoring the touchdown. Josh Allen, he's scoring the touchdown. Like those guys that just, they have the ball, Matt Stafford, they make the fourth quarter come back to win the game. And, you know, I believe in Trevor. I think but I just didn't think he was like on that level. I haven't seen a ton from Trevor besides like the amazing like 2022 run. But boy did he show it. That big throw to BT down the sideline. I don't know I can't remember if that was third down. But that throw was incredible. He had pressure in his face, and he even talked about after the game that the drive before that BT had, he beat the corner on that. He said, "Hey, I got him. Like I'm gonna beat him." And so they dialed up the double move on that drive. And Trevor, perfect throw. Good for Brian Thomas to
nobody's capable of
catch it. Well, yeah, beat him, and then obviously he's dealt with so many drops. But I think this is like, you know, he's got his confidence back with this one. BT on the day, 4 receptions for 80 yards. This is what we're used to seeing from Brian Thomas. These kind of stats. Obviously, no touchdowns yet, but I think it'll come. I think this is a huge game for him. But I wrote down drive of his career. I don't know if it's the drive of his career, but I think it's one of the best drives I've seen Trevor play. Like the look in his eye, you know, all night, just running, getting out of the pocket, running for first downs, running for touchdowns, just, you know, especially with all like the injuries that he's had, to still put his body on the line. Totally shuts up all the narratives, all the people saying, "Oh, Trevor doesn't care about football," whatever. It's like you see he loves football, and he's a huge leader on this team. And I can't wait to see all the post-game stuff on him and on Liam Cohen and all that happened. I didn't really think it was going to happen until that throw. And then obviously the next play, rope to De'Ami Brown on the left side. Great play, setting us up into the red zone. And then of course the play, maybe not the play of the game, but obviously the touchdown.
Yeah, like what's going on?
Panic. I think when he fell down, we were like, just stay down, play for the next one. But he got up and just bulldozed his way to the end zone. He like tore off like 2 guys off his back. I'm like, Trevor. I'm like crying. I'm like, Trevor, thank you. He's like, it's my birthday. I'm 26. I'm getting into this end zone.
He was hungry this game. Like he came in, he was determined. I feel like he was just running and running himself. You know, he put in whatever he could.
It's like, yeah, I feel like he knew. He's like, okay, like I have to be on this game, and he's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. It's what you'd love to see from him. But with that, let's get to the players of the game, because I don't know what else to go through with this game besides just our initial thoughts, the adrenaline that we're running through our bodies. We'll get to the offensive and defensive player of the game. We'll go around the league a little bit, talk about the other games really quick, and then we'll just talk about moving forward, and then we'll get ready for bed because it's been a long night and we got to work in the morning. But that's okay. Defensive player of the game. Do we even have to?
Well, do you want to do 2 or you want to just do 1?
I'll do 2. You do the obvious.
I'll do Lloyd.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd. I think a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown would garner you defensive player of the game. Question is actually, who do I go next? Actually, I almost want to give it to like the whole defense for just like, I'll give it to, gosh, there's a lot of places I want to go here. Unfortunately, the defensive line was a little quiet tonight, but you know, Patrick Mahomes is just like someone who's really hard to bring down. I was expecting a little bit of a bigger night from Josh Allen, but without Trayvon Walker on the other side, it was easy for them to probably chip. I'm gonna go.
Who was number 30?
Number 30.
He like.
Buster Brown. That was a huge play. The defensive pass breakup there. That was a big play. I would give it to him just for all that play alone. I think I'm going to go Foye Lucan, the other middle linebacker. I thought he was all over the field. He finished with 14 tackles, 7 solo tackles, and I thought he was just really good at just staying steady in the defense. But obviously, I mean, Devin Lloyd runs away with it. That play was incredible. is just having a great season. Okay, offensive player of the game. Who do you have?
It's hard. You can go first.
Well, I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. I think I was gonna go some others. There's a lot of ways you could go here, but I think it's like the first game in a long time where I can say Trevor won the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now the defense obviously had a great part. It's a team game. Everybody had a huge and like there's some great catches by some of our receivers, great plays by our tight ends. Our offensive line blocked pretty good again. ETN was pretty solid, but I think like when it came down to it, it was like Trevor had the ball last and he made the plays to win the game. Whether it was scoring 2 touchdowns rushing, had a touchdown passing, made some insane throws that kind of remind you, oh yeah, this guy was that guy coming out of college. And I feel like we kind of all forget that after the past 4 years of, a lot of bad. But, he still has that in him. And I think Liam Cohen's really bringing that out of him. And, great game for him. So happy birthday, Trevor Lawrence. You deserve a great celebratory night. I hope you have lots of cake. And I hope you just enjoy that win. Have a great victory Tuesday. But who was your offensive player of the game?
Travis Hunter's big first game, which I think you actually mentioned in your pregame show.
I did. Yeah, my pregame show, I said my bold prediction was that Travis Hunter would make his first big highlight primetime play. And he did.
Huge.
It was huge.
I didn't expect him to catch that, especially men were just on top of him as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
But yeah, a great catch by Travis Hunter. A great game on offense and defense, actually, too. He was, it looked like he was going to get hurt for a little bit, came back out and still made some, contributed really well to the offense.
But I do agree, BTJ did make that play for us at the end. Well, multiple plays, of course, but
he was really quiet though for most of the night. He had a few good plays in the beginning. That one play obviously was incredible. That hold on to the ball. But I will say I agree that Travis Hunter, he provided that spark. Like him and Trevor provided that spark. Like on that the first touchdown, or it would have been a touchdown. I think that was the drive that they fumbled. But that first to make 2 men miss right there, it's like that's for an average wide receiver that's a 2-yard catch, but for him that was a first down. And then obviously that big catch just really shows the kind of like body concentration, hands. I agree. That was good. That probably would have been my second. I think it would have been Trevor, Hunter, and then BTJ obviously.
If you didn't choose Trevor, I probably would have chosen Trevor just because he just tried so hard in this game. You could really tell how much he wanted it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, but what this means for the Jags going forward is pretty crazy. Seahawks next week, obviously. The Seahawks are a good team. Having them at home is a huge advantage because it's a 1 p.m. game and West Coast time difference is really big. They got to travel 6 hours, huge for the Jags, but more just also to keeping up with the division. The Titans, Texans, and Colts all won big this weekend. So for the Jaguars to win this game, one, it keeps pace with the Colts. I think the Colts might still have the lead on them based on tiebreakers, because the Colts lost to an NFC opponent. But the Colts haven't really had, in my opinion, a signature win. I think the Colts, they've kind of beaten up on the poor. They have a really easy schedule. I know that home win against Broncos was pretty good, but they got so lucky to win that game. Really, honestly, their most impressive game was the Rams. They actually lost. I think they actually should have won that game. They just got really made some boneheaded plays in that game, and the Rams really took advantage. But besides, that Broncos win, they haven't beaten anyone. They sure as heck haven't beaten the Chiefs at home in prime time or away. So, for them to keep pace with the Kansas City Chiefs, kind of demoralize the Texans. The Texans are probably thinking oh, we got 2 in a row. We can roll off. We can catch Jacksonville and Indianapolis sleeping. It's okay, no. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars just stole a win. That's a game. That's 2 games now I had before the year as losses. San Francisco and Kansas City. Those are really the only 2 games the entire year when I looked at the schedule. I made my season preview earlier this year. I went, Jags aren't winning this game. At San Francisco on the West Coast and prime time against the Chiefs, No, Jags don't win Jags don't win that game. They never do. They never do. And they weren't. In my mind, it was like I will be happy if the Jaguars are 3-2, you know, even if the losses are, you know, San Francisco, Kansas City, they're 3-2, or maybe even 2-3 after 5 weeks. But Jaguars are not only 4-1, but they're 4-1 at, like I said, breaking those curses. Texans at home haven't won in 7 years. Out west against Shanahan 49ers team haven't won in ever. Prime time against the Chiefs haven't won since 2009. Or just in general, prime time, not embarrassing yourself. We're so used to the Jaguars just embarrassing themselves every single time on the one prime time game we get a year. Derrick Henry, 99 yards, you know, getting blown out by a crappy Titans team. Buffalo last year, losing to Jake Browning, the Bengals, in 2023, you know, in a game that we were going to lock up the number 1 seed. You know, it's like year after year, being the laughing stock and blowing it on prime time. Really important for the Jaguars to at least give a fight there, but also to out-clutch the Kansas City Chiefs. Do what they do to teams. You know, usually the Chiefs are the ones that have the ball with 1:30 left, and Mahomes goes and scores the touchdown. Now the league's on notice. Now you got to worry about giving Trevor Lawrence the ball 1:30 down. So, overall, yeah.
If you if the Colts and the Jags when they play, do you still think the Jags have a bigger chance of winning because of this win?
Well, I think so. I think the Jaguars have proved to me. Great question. I think they've proved to me that they can win in a lot of different ways. They're not out of the count, even if they're down early, and they can kind of do a lot of different things. Their defense can win them the game. Trevor can win the game. Running the ball, they can win the game as well on that end. So I think the Colts are a really good team. It's kind of hard to say if, like, did they peak early, or is this who they are? Is Daniel Jones really an MVP candidate, or are they just kind of feasting on the poor? And, you know, I still think they're a really good team. They can kind of do whatever they want on offense, and they have a pretty good defense as well. So they don't play each other, I don't think, until December. Let me check that really quick. Yeah, they don't play. The first game they play is December 7th.
So a lot can happen still.
A lot can happen, yeah. And then they play at the Colts on December 28th. So they play them twice in about 4 games. So we have 2 months of, you know, football to be played before we get there. So, yeah, a lot can happen. I think that it's still neck and neck. We'll see. If the Colts can, you know, kind of show their true colors, that'd be nice. But we'll see. Good question, though. I think when they play each other, that's going to be for the division.
Right.
Because I think we could look up. They have a really easy schedule. We could look up in week 12 or whatever when they play, and the Colts could be 10-2. 10-2, 9-3. So the Jaguars have to keep this rolling. They still have a pretty tough next 2 games. Seahawks and Rams, both really good teams with really good records. So, yeah. So we'll see. But hey, great night for the Jaguars. 4-1.
Yeah.
4-1.
We won.
Just, yeah. No words. Happy birthday, Trevor Lawrence.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Trevor Lawrence. But hey, I'm going to try to get this video out tonight. I know it's almost midnight. But for all you guys, tomorrow morning, or Tuesday morning, Victory Tuesday, you guys will listen to this. And then I'll hopefully try to get my preview out tomorrow night, possibly. Tomorrow night or Wednesday morning. We'll just see how it goes. Do my best for it. But appreciate all the support that we've gotten. Crazy. With supporting our channel, but we just want to give the best analysis that we can, and whether you're here for, you know, Jaguars or Japanese culture, or making drinks at home, thanks for tuning in. Jaguars win. Duval. See you later.